So we talked about the reason why you would want to have life insurance. Now we're going to be covering a lot of different insurances, but life insurance is really the beginning. And so I explained to you last video about my father passing away, not believing in insurance. But say, for example, you may have had insurance, and that's great, but now you've lost your partner. And at this point, now you have to reconsider whether or not you still are going to be needing life insurance to, I'll say, cover the rest of your life and your dependents. For example, if you have a mortgage, other debts, whatever it is that you're going to need life insurance. But life insurance in itself doesn't tell you what kind you need. And different stages of your life, you may need different types of insurance. For example, when you're younger and you're limited in your budget, term insurance might be the great option because you can get lots of coverage for a low price. The problem is eventually the term will continue to expire, and each time you renew will be at an additional higher price. If you are unwell and have to keep that policy, you will have to pay the renewal rates. The other issue you have, if you don't actually die and the policy itself, because it's a term, comes to a termination at some point in the future and you still have a need for life insurance. Because at some point you may be wanting to cover not your dependents, but some of the taxes that your estate will incur. And life insurance is a good way to do that. Now, there's a difference. You could get permanent insurance when you're younger, but you may not have the budget for it. Permanent insurance is quite expensive, but you have to look at it as a savings plan. Hope that you don't die, because that's the whole point. You want life insurance in case something happens, but the intent is if you live, what happens? So if you have permanent, the money will always be there for the estate at some point in the future. It can never die until way in the future when you become gone to the other side. But it's a guarantee as long as you've made your premiums throughout your life, and you could be 100. And at that point, the premiums normally stop on a permanent policy, but the policy is still in existence until you die for your estate. So I like to look at those as savings plans because somebody is going to get that money. On a term insurance, it might be too expensive, and then you have to cancel the policy and you're no longer insurable, and then you're left in a little bit of a pickle for your estate. Whether that, again, is to cover dependents, debts, or the tax man. But you need to talk to your financial advisor to find out what insurance is right for you, your family, and your budget. It's not as easy as you think. So, tune in to the next video when we move on to another kind of coverage. I'm Linda Levesque of Levesque Wealth Planning saying, you asked, we answered. Until next time.